Today, misplaced spam picking there. Yes, when I mistake them, take for one. When I think on able to intimidate person, when I able to intimidate me, now no I intimidate me. Now me person they intimidate me. You were junior now go call you say eat soup, you go finger soup. You are they rich free song for you. Any hour they make a known to you say they. If you don't say you na man or you na woman, then go good. Reach na me location. I see you talk today, not call me name. So me say they talk now, not call me name. Una don't pass smack. Now they put una useless alaki dog safe there on social media. Una they see the one that they catch Kush. Una they call the name. Now me name una go call Kush. Dirty smell thing there, stinking thing there like una. But that dog there like una. I kill una puss. I kill una mama the way born una. What now una problem with me? Yes, I know how to suppress una. I know how to live a life where una mama and una papa them for all live. But guess what? I mean mama na born. Me mama na born me. As you don't benge. As you don't permit myself. You able put down waiting God on bless. You able put down waiting God on bless. You able. Now me don't make you don't popular these 2 days. I don't make you don't popular. But guess what? Now, as from now on, as from today, I am not going to call your name again. I am not, darling, because you are just an idiot. I'm not going to call your names.
No, sir,
I am not. Because you don't deserve for me to call your name. Because you are just an idiot. You are just a low-life boy. Roaming around the city. You are just a low-life boy roaming around the city. You are just a low-life boy. Because you stick yourself na social media. You see all the one that they don't catch for Kush. You know, but you not say, you know. Yes, you not say you. I see you behave like big man, big food today. You go live. You old bell in the ringer. Me na bar na they take for you. Now bar na they take for you. Ban sex. Now they take for you. Now bar na they take for you. You, why you ready for you? Me and you too. Now please, I show you say me na woman. But pass you. And like it like look what you are like. Look what you dirty. Look what you smell. Look what you dirty. You know what fetch for Kush? You know what fetch for Kush? That's all they fetch for Kush. You want to know in the cage? You know able fetch for Kush? Or not me? I'm not the can fetch for Kush. Okay. Well now wait. Are they show now that they fetch for Kush? Are they reach free song? You know stop me enjoyment. For now, I'm living your mother's dream life. I'm in the UK. I'm not going to allow you guys to upset me. I am not going to allow you guys to upset me. I'm enjoying my life. I'm going to enjoy my stay in UK. See the way you did the talk? I was up the ear. I dey pit for you. I dey spit for you dong. Because you're not idiot. You're trash. That's how it should be. I dey spit for you. He bet said today, when you go in life, when you rebel, you don't call me name. He bet say they go be dog 6 months. How they not go vex? How they not go vex? Because you stupid. Because you're not sycophants. Because you're not idiots. Now I make. Because if like when you talk so today, if I say you talk, I'm not getting you time. I'm not getting you loan. I'm not send person. But because you call my name, and you call my name for a wrong reason, that's why I answered you. Then you not be man. LL Bobo one balls. LL Bobo one balls. You not be man. You not a man. You not LL Bobo one balls. Says by Kimanora. I'm not sorry from you. You not be man. You not able to talk like a man. You forbid don't call me name. You forbid don't call me name. I'm ready for now. Do you see? You see me like me na idiots? Una feel say me the afraid una? Una know that feel? Now I know they go open and smell what's in a corner. Admire not for the answer then. Yes. Now because it not affects you, because not to you useless self, because not to you family, because not to you mama, because not to you papa, not to you sister, not to you picking in name. Then they call for nonsense and anarchy business.
All right. Last week, police been declare you client where Natasha Beckley wanted for narcotic related issues them. We've been talked to the police spokesman where make them very clear about issues them where he say for about 4 months. Then they got a particular house na Taylor Street where them believe say belong to Madam Natasha Beckley. And this house, then they use them for produce Kush and other drug substance them. Now that's make them be declared unwanted because they want to like come to the police and answer certain question. Finally, your clients been going to the criminal investigation department yesterday. Una spent plenty hours. Start for inform the public exactly what you and your clients been go do na the criminal investigation department.
Mostly, we want to tell God plenty thank you for everything we God on do for we, most especially for my client Natasha Beckley. Equally so, again, one for extending thanks to the Australian police for the level of professionalism we they exhibit. To be honest with you, I'll say this without sentiments. The way the police handled the matter yesterday was very satisfactory. The level of professionalism was top-notch. We appreciate them. Exactly as you rightly done, make them clear in your introduction. My clients be go na CID for go answer or for go get interrogation with regards to the allegation where police be make public about them. The interview was very thorough. We spent very, very, very considerable amounts of hours they did. But one thing we come out very clear that we clients show commitment and cooperation to the police right from the inception. We are supposed to be at CID at 10 o'clock. I think so we did at 9 o'clock. For sure say our clients more than willing and cooperate with police for do this investigation. Because don't forget, this is a very serious allegation where the clients, aside in social life, get another life. And a possible to travel up and down this country and the world. So this allegation very serious, and we want to make sure say we cooperate with the police thoroughly. So at the end of the day, we can get a very, very, very thorough investigation, and the outcome will be so appeasing to everybody. Yes.
Okay, now take you back to a particular issue we get for do with the way how the police be handle Natasha Beckley in issue. The term where the police be want for go conduct a search na a particular individual we go by the name of Madam Admabio. Then be issue out a press release for tell the general public say after plenty allegation of fingers them don't they point at Madam Admabio repeatedly say a day into the Kush trade, then they go for go conduct a search na in house. But in your client in case a bit different. When the police declare unwanted, it go on social media through an official Facebook handle for tell the public say police not ever send an invite, nobody not ever inform them say that they investigate them. Pass where people begin call and say they don't declare unwanted. As a lawyer, you satisfied with the way how the police treat your clients on that particular matter day?
Firstly, another attempt for venture into that area at all, because I did deal with me, client case specifically, and in law with what we call the HFS code principle. I did deal with the victim that have like that. In this circumstance, I did deal with Natasha in case. Let we continue with the investigation and let we have the investigation they unravel. However, I believe say from the onset, the police don't show professionalism in my own case. For my clients in particular, and whatever it is with regards to how the invites go and how it all go, these are all issues of the law, and these are issues we will deliberate on quietly as the investigation they go. But I don't want to comment on them publicly right now because whatever you say now in the public domain. So me as a lawyer, not the time for that thing, but rather I get certain privileged information we are not the divert to the public. Yes? But one thing I am guaranteed to the public is that the clients more than willing to cooperate with the police, and she is more zealous and enthusiastic for making this matter a very serious investigation because one, in character, they are so serious death, and he don't commit himself, he go cooperate with the police fully and efficiently, and that was executed yesterday. So once the investigation they unravel as we don't begin, satisfactorily I would say the police show a top-notch level of professionalism yesterday. And we'll continue that. We pray that will continue. The client stay in a very good mental state as of this moment. She's relaxed, very comfortable, and we are ready to cooperate to the police. That's exactly what I can say for now.
Before one of the appear at the CID yesterday, last week, your clients been also used in official Facebook accounts. Usai been write and be make mention call on the First Lady and other groups them for say one reason where is scared for going at the CID gets for do it. People can only talk say way they invite you and CID at times and go detain you. But we see when I spent over 5 hours yesterday where they make in statements, not the CID. Now, under which condition the CID been give bail to Natasha?
That is again a very privileged discussion for lawyers to be able to put privileged information. But again, this country they also got right to access information. If that information very germane to the public and you as a journalist, you can still reach the CID and see exactly on conditions and grant and bail. But I can guarantee you that they don't grant bail. She is at home and she is cooperative and ready to cooperate with the police till this matter is complete. So however, I repeat again, we are very, very committed to making sure that we assist police in this investigation and let us see how this investigation be unraveled. The other area we're very serious, so I'm bringing to your attention quickly, that any other thing we border around representation as we call for the First Lady and other people, with a woman and we participate in politics. Yes, indeed, yesterday we see the former 50-50 chairperson, Madam Nimata, within a CID, some women organizations and the social solidarity with women, where the campus takes center stage in national discourse. And this thing happened recently just after when Natasha made a declaration of Poloko run for the position of deputy chairperson. And you know, she's an actress, she's a social person, she has that social stardom, and you get different organizations. It was really very, very serious yesterday that every walk of life is so interested in the invite. And at the end of the day, we get a very successful interview, and then we were ready for cooperate with the police. We want to thank all the participants then from the civil space, the civic space, the camp for social solidarity yesterday with the woman, where one at least show that indeed women should not just be retired in the kitchen, but women can come and participate in the national stage. So one tell una plenty thank you and continue for promise una say the client ready for cooperate to the police and we'll make sure that this matter we get to the end of logically.
AKK, although you know wish for disclose the bail condition on which the CID left Natasha for go back na house. When again it go na the CID?
When we always negotiate and available. So any police call which day, we go back CID today. So wherever it is, we are ready to cooperate with the police to the fullest. And my client is so ready for give him best, and thankfully for my client, he's in a very stable mind, a mental situation very steady, and she's cooperative and ready to do everything humanly possible to reach or make we get this particular issue with the border around a fracture of the completely white spot.
You say you client the police be release and Idena in house, and normally when police they conduct investigation before then they release the suspects them, they can request for them traveling documents them. In Natasha in case the police been take in traveling documents then
I continue to say this is completely privileged. I cannot give that details. However, my client is on bail. Would I bail him, would I not bail him, would not details? These are privileged conversations. It is not meant for the public. She is on bail and we are cooperating. We are ready to cooperate to the police to the fullest.
All right. Thank you very much. Where you join me this morning for the updates on Natasha Beckley, where inside last week, police been declared unwanted because then say a particular house they na Taylor Street where they believe say belong to Natasha Beckley, and according to the police, they guard this house for 4 months and then discover say this house na a place where they produce narcotics and other drugs them we make them been declared Natasha Beckley wanted. And finally, from when police declare unwanted for the first time yesterday, it appeared in public outside Igona the criminal investigation department. According to a lawyer who just talked to Abdul Karim Kamara, he say the police they still look inside this matter and they be released in client yesterday on bail, and anytime when the police need in client, it go make them available for let go and answer to the questions them where police get. Well, we'll continue with this issue we get for do drugs, and the one we don't spark controversy. Now the one we get for do with colleague journalist, the co-owner of Truth Media, when Amadou Lamrana Ba yesterday we see say the Sierra Leone Association of Journalists SLAJ been pull a press release and then condemn the threats them where a particular individual when they allege say it into the Kush trade when I admire bio it go on a Facebook live now in personal handle Osai it been rain plenty insults on Amadou Lamrana Ba as a journalist where they do in work, and a man self na the background been sent out some threats them. They say they go beat Amadou Lamrana Ba, and this will make Truth Media been stand by Amadou Lamrana Ba. They self don't go na the criminal investigation department yesterday and make an official report against Admire Bio because of the threats them where a man sent to them. Well, this morning they ask the question if this na intimidation tactics or a distraction for the media practitioner them not discuss this issue we get for do drugs where they destroy plenty young people their life them na the country. We get a colleague journalist with we na the studio, and we can talk to the Secretary General for SLAJ as we see the press release where SLAJ issue yesterday. We get for do with the threats them outside SLAJ be a serious concern on the threats the way Admire Bio and his husband through the Facebook live. We then go na Admire in personal Facebook page and rain on Amadou Lamrana Ba. But Amadou Lamrana Ba, according to he remain committed for talk the truth, because we as journalists then get responsibility for bring information to the public, and also we get responsibility for all certain people they accountable, especially people them where they do things them we not right. So according to Amadou Lamrana Ba, what he tell Liberty TV na that this no go distract them, and I believe say plenty journalists themselves will stand for the truth. No amount of insults, no amount of threats, no go distract media practitioner them as we get a responsibility for uphold. So this morning, we they discuss issues that we get for the threats them against Amadou Lamrana Ba as a media practitioner. We can talk to SLAJ and also go talk to a colleague journalist. And UNICEF as the public where we they serve, we go take some of our comments them as a momentum don't they build now. Plenty people they stand by Amadou Lamrana Ba, even civil society activists them. We see people like Marcela Sambasi say yesterday be using official Facebook page and write say civil society don't fail the states. Now na journalists them they take up the risk for speak truth to power. We mean say the media are still active, and no amount of intimidation or distraction go close certain journalists them out them. That's not the conversation we get inside this edition of the Breakfast Show. Maybe?
Well, like you say, we get the conversation this morning, but not to today. The conversation really don't start. You know, people we don't dey follow the news go attest to the fact say whenever the issue of drugs conversation come on salon, especially in the social media, certain people they we like can just get their own way when they go na the media. They not go directly tell you say when I left this conversation, but then go present something at the media we go send for overcome the discussion we get for do with drugs. Whenever drugs conversation, I just watch back even inside this year from January to now. Anybody will begin the conversation around drugs. Certain individuals the way they ensure say then go na either then go na their Facebook Live or do something where go distract the public from discussing the issue we get for do with media. So this is not a strange thing for we waiting at the media. We don't dey follow them kind of conversation here. We dey see the pattern, we dey see the way how the things they unfold whenever the conversation of drugs they come. And that make this time like how SLAJ Sevdom issue release, they condemn this particular act by Admire Bio and in husband. The media self they support this particular condemning this act of using insulting language on somebody because you think say it do something will not go down well with you. Like most people on the tweets or on the write and then social media platform them. If you think say journalists do something we go against you person, there is the Independent Media Commission, they establish and for look into them kind issues here. When you get issue with a journalist, the best you can do for yourself and the nation, now for gonna the IMC. Let you complain at the IMC go handle the matter. But if you say they take the law into your hand, then they can say allow the law for taking cause. If you know say your hands are clean, like how then can always say this parable, say the proverbs can always say when dry bones are mentioned, all people in the way can be nervous. So certain people they no sooner you begin the discussion of drugs, then they become very, very, very unseated. Then go they all over the place, they try for distract. When that makes it, they ask the public say, is this an intimidation or tactics for just distract everybody for forget about the issue of drugs?
All right, so they continue the conversation with our colleague when Ibrahim Alusain Kamara, where people can call Kamalo, and the managing editor for the Compass newspaper. Good morning and welcome to the breakfast show.
Good morning, Khadija. Good morning, viewers.
All right, I'm pretty sure you said don't follow the conversation where a journalist, a renowned journalist, where the co-founder for Truth Media don't undergo serious threats from a particular individual we go by the name of Admire Bio and a husband we been do a viral video. They rain insults, threats, say they go beat Amadou Lamranaba. Finally, yesterday Amadou Lamranaba himself don't go file official complaint at CID. Say this particular individual and a husband don't threaten him for attack him and self beat him up. As journalists, firstly, how you see that particular act there from Admire Bio?
Thank you very much. I think to start with, I want to commend the Sierra Leone Association of Journalists and our parents body. And I want to commend all Sierra Leoneans we don't give a voice to this conversation. So many people don't condemn that act today. You know, it's terrible, it's concerning, it's deeply concerning that journalists continue for face threats, and continue for face fear, and continue for face so many intimidation in doing their job. You know, this is Lamrana case, for me, it's not isolated. It's troubling pattern we don't continue for happen every now and then. And for me, I think waiting the cause all of this, waiting make we still find ourselves in the position they are, and because impunity always they exist. Because if at the time actions are taken against people where they do this against journalists, I think sometimes for them to get a reduction in it. But every now and then, you know, even to the authorities, you know, the president is always saying he's the champion of press freedom. But, you know, they really show now the country. You know, under the president, if you can remember, some times back, presidential guards beat journalists in front of them. So I tell you, say, this is because impunity always don't exist. People where they commit crimes against journalists, they are almost always let free. No action is taken. Even when you go make report, the police will never do a follow-up. So many cases then where they should say, sometimes journalists themselves, they go make reports, the police will never take action, or the authorities wait for take action will never take action. And for me, it's really sad that we continue for living this way. You know, the journalist, the role of a journalist, now the backbone of the country. Anytime you silence the journalist, then you don't silence the voice of the nation. So I think it's time the authorities really forget about the lip service when they pay to press freedom and then act towards ensuring the safety of journalists in the country.
So you've been surprised for your Eden kind insults from an individual on a journalist just because the journalists speak on issues there, because the press release where Amadou Lamrana Babi they try for make comparison na public documents na Toku unit been put say after repeated allegations say Admabio they sell Kush, then they go searching us. But in the instance of Natasha, this not happen. And as journalists as well, we Lamrana be entitled to an opinion, not just mere analysis. If they do, you think say then threats there so the police suppose for take action against the individual we use in particular Facebook page for insult and also attack Amadou Lamrana Ba in personality.
Okay, firstly, I want to say I'm not surprised. You know, for me, always there is this saying, a fair conscience fears no accusation. And I think for me, if you say na so Kamalo dey, na so Kamalo do. If I don't say I don't get business there, I have no business going after the one we just get the opinion. But this country, we don't in a state where somebody even not get right to your opinion. We have a situation where a lawyer give a legal opinion. He was arrested and detained. So it tells you they deteriorate every now and then. And the issue of the police for say if I feel say for take action. First of all, that is how it should be. But for me, I doubt whether it's going to happen because this is not the first time. So many incidents don't happen where then they beat journalists. So man, they cost so many instances don't happen. We remember the case of another colleague Thomas Dixon, where no cost, no way, no jam, no. So we the first then things that every now and then, but action is not taken because the police, for me, they are serving only the political class. They are not serving the conscience of the nation. Because if they are serving the conscience of the nation, this they no say an attempt for springing into action. Every now and then we get this. In fact, even the police themselves can be perpetrators against journalists. So this is why, for me, with society really, they become sad every day for journalists. You know, it's really not safe for us as journalists.
People believe say people where they deal with drugs now people and way can be very strategic when it comes to the discussion of drugs. They act smart. One for they ahead of even the authorities themselves were supposed to take action. In this case, what do you think say they missing and this fight against drugs in salon? Because if you follow the social media, popular blog they always don't they discuss this issue of drugs and they make allegations. And whenever that particular blog they talk about drugs, make allegations, the social media, they see posting go use in social media accounts, go cause. Is it that the police or people who supposed for do their job, no they do their job where like for the follow certain indicators them. Anytime you hear the issue of drugs, certain people they way they become very honest.
You know, first of all, I think what's in the missing in this fight against the drugs, I think now the political will. There is no political will, I must say this. You know, the leading agency where they fight drugs done at the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. They are understaffed, they are ineffective. In fact, they don't get the resources for let them even undertake they incur responsibilities. That is an institution will not even get motorbike. You say this is an institution leading the fight against drugs. You know, I said the political will not there. Because if the political will there, first of all, you have to empower the agency where they lead the fight against the drugs. And also, we are having a situation where this fight against the drugs, this fight what we talk about, almost all of the major allegations where they come around these drugs, now people were close to power. So it is very difficult for we able tackle this fight, because this, for me, we get so many sacred cows. So many sacred cows. Imagine a situation where allegations then they against somebody, you go for go search them, inform the public, the police. That, you know what they happen in the history
people
of...
They ask a lot of questions. Why the police need for make the public not say we they go search on that? Because even for investigation, you can't make the person not say they can't search you. Because if you get something safe, we in need for hide before you arrive, you go don't get rid of them.
Or maybe you go don't tell them for 2-3 days we are coming home and we get for put. These are just a partition for I don't know who that one for impress. This is why I'm telling you, the political will know the end. The people where then the accused say then they are the ringleaders of this girl. They are close to power, and that is why we find out see no action is being taken. The president will set up a task force. We don't know what is happening. I can tell you another issue. On the 13th of May this year, a container, the big container now, Watakiwe contain chemicals for make Kush. That container they open and publicly for do examine. First of all, they will not know the reports. We don't know who that gets the container. I don't follow up that matter. To a point, I reach out to the NRA. The NRA said that we don't hand over to the police. I reach out to the police. Nobody's talking to me. So it tells you we are not even ready as a nation to fight the drugs, because the beneficiaries of this trade, they are close to power, and some of them are being protected by even the people that are fighting the drug issue. You have a case of the one leading the fight at National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. We saw a video or photo of him and Umar Sharif, the one the police say is Umar Sharif. We saw them. Right. So it tell you say we know your idiots as in this all are just political gimmicks. This issue of arresting this, arresting that. Now that the small fishes. And you know, we ever done if you not go after the real culprits, we not go after the real perpetrators.
All right, Kamalo, we'll come back to you. Quickly, let's just talk to the Secretary General for the Sierra Leone Association of Journalists, SLAJ, Wayne Edward Mara. Yesterday, we see Usai, he put out a press release. They condemn the threats them on Amadou Lamrana Ba, a journalist and co-founder for Truth Media. SLAJ say they're worried and then condemn them threats there. So where Admabio and a husband be make against Amadou Lamrana Ba. Now a Facebook live video will be go viral. Good morning, Mr. Mara, and welcome to the Breakfast Show.
Good morning, Khadija, and thank you for having me.
Firstly, as a body we're responsible for protect the welfare of journalists them. Where una watch the video, Usai Admabio and a husband, they threaten say they go beat Amadou Lamrana Ba, when a journalist and also a member of SLAJ. How una take this particular video firstly before una issue out the press release?
Well, we take them very seriously and we feel disturbed. And it clearly the show say as if Sierra Leone they would live in a jungle state. We all know says as a country, Sierra Leone is a democratic country, and we know say freedom of speech and freedom of expression are fundamental human rights. We entrenched in our constitution, the 1991 constitution. So when citizens, particularly so journalists, then come out, they run commentary on social issues, when are burning issues, then individual way they feel aggrieved or because they feel say directly the issue get for deal with them, they come out and make a public threat. I think say we are very concerned and we are disturbed. And when we watch the video, we all at executive level and then as members of SLAJ, we feel disturbed with this kind of remarks we come up from Admiral Bio.
As journalists and the body way they for protect the journalists, and I don't fight so hard for let journalists and get free space for do them work there over the years. This particular video what would they discuss, you think say na a threat to journalism?
Yes, certainly so. Na a threat, and that's the more reason we don't come out, we don't condemn them clearly. Because as SLAJ, we believe for the freedom of speech, freedom of expression, where a fundamental human right. And of course, if you also, look at the Constitution, Section 25(1), also guarantee the freedom of expression that journalists or members of the public get right to their opinions, and the opinions and the way they express, as long as they provide the right information, they get right for do that, without anybody not for interfere with this space. So what thing will happen then this year with Admiral Bio coming out publicly, issuing out a threat on a journalist, we merely been express a opinion on an issue, and also a comment on a burning issue where currently they affect the entire nation, and there's you feel say, well, maybe he thinks say he gets connection or whatever, he connected to the leadership or whatever status where he feels say he find himself, he thinks he can come out and make them attack them publicly. I think we are concerned. And as for SLAJ, we'll remain united around this. We in solidarity with Lambrana and the management of Truth Media, we have to stand firm for make sure say we resist and reject whatever intimidation as far as this matter is concerned, and not only for Lambrana, but for the entire media fatality in Sierra Leone.
Standing firm, Mara, now one step na the whole issue. According to Amadou Lambrana, in Truth Media be doing show say yesterday, then go make statements na the CID regarding the threats them where Admiral Bio and his husband be rain on them. And as at this time, we know you're nothing yet from the CID, whether they do investigation or not, we know you're nothing. As a parent body for journalists, them na salon, what do they expect from the CID and police in general?
Well, yesterday, the leadership of SLAJ, the accompanied Lambrana, led by President Alaji Manika for going to CID. So, being a CID, with the president then take statement from him, we don't make a report officially. We in a law-abiding institution. The reason why we're going to CID with Lambrana for make official statement to the CID, one for test the law, one for see if the law is applicable for every citizen of Sierra Leone. We know they doubt the credibility of the Sierra Leone police. They are a very, responsible institution. Their primary responsibility is to investigate some of these issues and make sure say they bring the perpetrators to book or to justice. So we trust and we rely on the CID for investigate this matter. But beyond that, we don't also inform with legal team, SLAJ legal team. They don't get the necessary briefing, and they don't put all the evidence together, and we are going to pursue this matter to the logical conclusion.
This particular individual where we dey talk about Admiral Bio, not until today he begin use in social media platform for attack people them where they accuse and say they sell Kush. Up to this time, the police or government not issue any statement, especially where it comes to the attack on this journalist when Amadou Lambrana where we dey talk about. Una disappointed at the silence of the authority them, especially when they get evidence. Usai Admiral Bio and his husband, they threaten Lambrana say then go beat him up.
Well, we are concerned, like I say, and what's happened really, this Lambrana in program on Monday was they make a comparative analysis that recently the police issued out a release that then they go to Admiral Bio for go search in a house for find out whether there is a Kush or not. Me not think say in any serious investigation or trying to find out on crime, you don't need for inform somebody that has already been accused or stand accused. The police could have gone there quietly and do the ransack. So that again was not applied, to Natasha Beckley, where police can just go storm in house and go shut in place without no warrant, without no search notice, just like they did to Admiral Bio. So the journalists were merely making those comparisons. That is it that the police are doing the right thing, or is it that the police are trying to protect one side of a society as against the other side of the society? So it was merely asking those critical questions that the police need to answer. So if we see and say the police are going this path, it means, we are looking at whether they are trying to divert justice or not. But at this point in time, we don't have to pass no judgment on the police. We trust in their professionalism. We trust in their level of competency. All we want to see in this matter is justice to be served. We want to test the legal system. We want to test the judiciary. We want to test the independence of the Sierra Leone police. If they are independent, like they claim to be, like they continue to say that they are not a force for a force for service or a force for good, we want for see. Let them prove that to the people of Sierra Leone. This is a matter SLAJ will not take it lightly. If it costs you for go beyond the action now we don't take, we will take any action to ensure that not only Lambra and Aba, but the entire journalists in Sierra Leone are protected, and beyond that, members of the public. Because we all know what you Kush do to the country. So if high-profile citizens, where they feel say they're connected, and they are being accused, are being accused constantly that they are involved. And when journalists are bringing out these issues for the attention of the authorities and for the attention of government, then people out there, they feel say the only way they can get away with it is to intimidate journalists, is to intimidate people that are discussing those issues, because they feel that they have the powers. So we are saying to them, no, we will fight this fight, and we trust the judiciary, we trust the police. If it costs that we go beyond even the action we don't start for take, we will do that. But as of now, we just want to follow the CID, let them do the needful, let them be professional, let them bring Admiral Buyo to book. We are asking, let the police do an independent investigation. We have informed our legal team. They've got all the evidence. We have a case. As far as we are concerned at the moment, SLAJ has a case, Lambona has a case, and the media in Sierra Leone has a case. So we want to prove. We are going there because we are a law-abiding institution. We are going there with Lambrana again because Truth Media is a law-abiding institution, well-established and registered with the government of Sierra Leone. So basically, it's to test the state institutions, whether they are working in the interest of the people of Sierra Leone or they are working in the interest of individuals.
Edward, you say SLAJ, they use this particular individual in case for test state institution them. But this same Admiral Bio, now one way plenty people believe say he related to the president because then they share the same surname with the president, and it don't they enjoy state protection, it don't they enjoy allegation, don't they go out say it don't they enjoy protection from the police, because not until their fingers then begin point at and say it they sell Kush. But since after when the police been put out a press release for inform the general public say, then they conduct a search na in house. Police not come again and tell the public waiting na the status of the search, waiting at the status of the investigation, what they say then they do for find out if truly it they sell Kush. This same individual continue for day na social media. They insult people them, and the latest one now the journalist where he insult owner self worried about Amadou Lamranaba in safety.
Well, Bebel, let me say this and want to make this very clear. We are not coming from the background that because she's connected with the president or that the president is small sister like people then they perceive. All we want to do, we are treating this matter as Admiral Bio, as an individual, as an ordinary citizen of Sierra Leone. And that is our focus. We are not even looking at the presidency, because this is not a President Bio commit a crime, not a President Bio in wife commit a crime, not any of the members of Bio family commit this crime. Now a particular one where they say, my sister, but we are treating the matter like just any individual citizens. What you want to do in this case, Mabel and Khadija, I want to get me very clearly on this. This is not about the presidency. And this is not about government. This is about a citizen of Sierra Leone who thinks that because he can do anything and get away with it, whether one for see who's in your power start, who's in power stop. You know, so what we don't decide for do is to test the law. Maybe this is a matter one for them will come back to we later on and look at SLAJ in our face and say how we conclude on this matter. It's a matter we are going to fight to the end. We are going to fight it to the end. The matter is not before the CID. All we are asking the CID as a responsible institution is to ensure they investigate this matter. You and I know that recently some journalists were invited to the CID because they feel that somebody claimed they have been bullied, you know, on social media, you know, because of cybercrime and cyberbullying. They were invited to the CID. As a serious and responsible institution, we accompany some of them with colleagues there. Dixon was one, then Samatui was another one. We spent almost 3 days at the CID trying to get our facts right, trying to convince them to understand that, yes, our members were not, we are merely performing their constitutional responsibility. They have done anything wrong. So if we don't become so law-abiding to the CID, anytime the CID call any member of SLAJ, we are always there on time. So now that we don't take a complaint now, we are looking for to the CID now for also to provide the equal treatment that they have been treating us before. So we want to go to the CID. We don't go there, we don't make the report, we are waiting on them. We are sitting down quietly at the moment to see what will be the next line of action by the Criminal Investigation Department, where we call CID.
Mara, SLAJ consider this as deliberate acts for intimidate any journalist where they discuss the issue of drugs, or not just distraction tactics Admire Biode put up when it comes to the issue of drugs conversation?
I don't think it's a distraction. This is a complete attempt. It's a complete attempt for silence the media. They are trying to silence the media, not to even talk about drug. And I will not say only this is not only because of Admire Bio. You know, the drug issue in this country is a well-organized criminal enterprise. So if journalists are coming out to voice out some of those people, we have been coming to do more investigation now. Journalists are doing investigation around the issue. They are coming out now to name names of people allegedly involved into this. There's somebody thinks that because maybe he get connection or whatever, which I don't also believe, you know, it come up publicly, it intimidates even to a group of people around now, where they also they say we go do this, we go do that, we go do that. It's a mere attempt to silence the media, not to talk anymore about Kush in our country. You remember, government did not come up with a task force in the fight against Kush. When last do you India call the head of that task force for going to give updates? Is the government serious in the fight against Kush? How many young people are dying? You go to Waterloo now, you go to Jue. Many parts of the country, young people are dying. We are losing lives. We are at war with Kush. So if journalists are coming now to bring out some of these facts, is it that people think that, you know, let we all sit quiet and allow the young people to die? I mean, it's sad. We cannot continue to go like this as a country. We have to come back to fight for the people of this country. The media is up to the task. The media has launched an investigation. We have a team of journalists that they are doing a documentary around Kush. Many of them, even the health reporters, they are doing their own. So we're not going to allow few individuals to hold the nation to ransom. When it comes about the issue of Kush, they always become jittery.